All right, we're talking BaseCamp with the message board. So let's go right into MBI HQ as an example. We've already talked about team chat pings, so now we're going to talk about message board. And you can think of message board as kind of like a staff memo, an announcement. You could put short stories there. Sometimes if you're pitching an idea, that's a place to put it. Just something that actually kind of has a conversation you may want to look back on, or information that you may want to look back on sometime. And it can also, it's easier here than in a chat to track a conversation around one topic. So it's really helpful for that. So let's go ahead and we'll click into message board, and this is under the HQ, like I said. So let's just go ahead and start a new message, and you can choose a category. Sometimes we'll add maybe a new category, trying to keep this to a minimum, but it helps just to be able to do a category. If a pitch, hey, new idea, prayer request, I might add one more new one here called MBI stories. So you just put a title, you know, and then you can do all this. And nice that it has the ability to, you can do bullet points and numbers. You can actually attach something as well. You got a few little formatting options, so it's pretty helpful. And then the cool thing as well is sometimes if you're working on something and maybe you don't want to post it, maybe it's Saturday or Sunday or it's at night or you're just not even quite done with it, you can go ahead and just hit save as draft. And that's going to save it for you, and you can go on and do some other things. And let's say you come back and it's been a day or two, maybe even a few days, you can actually come over to my stuff and go to my drafts and be able to go there, and you can just start continue editing, which is kind of nice. Another thing too, little kind of shortcut, you can do this in chat as well, is if you do the @ symbol, you can actually add people in here that it'll act like a ping. And so then you can do this, and that'll just make sure those people get it, and it's very easy for them to see. You can see that when you're down here, these are all the people that'll be notified once I post this, but you can also change it. There's times where I'll post something and maybe not everybody on the team needs to do it, needs to see it. It'll still be transparent, but maybe not everyone needs to get notified. So it's easy just to come through and say, okay, I don't think only if these people really need to be aware. All right, so that's a nice little function. And then since we're not going to post it, we'll just go ahead and disregard that. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete this draft then. And you can come back here. So there's a few different functions here. One nice thing, this is why the categories are kind of important, is that if you want to go back, maybe someone threw something out for prayer, or maybe someone was given an idea or whatever, you can then just kind of sort by that category. I kind of find that helpful at times. Up here, you can sort the messages by original date, whatever, but just realize it does it for everybody if you do that, because everyone on the project will have it sorted the way that you like it, but not a big deal because we can sort back and forth. So something to remember on the message board is that if it's an announcement or a prayer or whatever, and if you don't make it clear that you want a response, please don't expect one from people unless you make it clear. So let's just go here. I put change in the printer. I didn't get any discussion. I did get a couple of kudos on the boost, which is kind of nice, but I didn't ask for comments. This was really information. So just be sure that, because sometimes maybe you'll want to get some feedback, but you didn't put any information like, please respond to this. And if it's time sensitive, make sure you put a time sensitive date on it so that we all know whether or not we need to respond. Like Jeanette here, she did the chore wars, and you can kind of see that people started responding. But let's just say you didn't want to be a team player and I don't want to know about this anymore, stop bugging me. Maybe you don't even go to the office, so you could just hit unsubscribe me and you would be unsubscribed from this particular post, which again is kind of helpful.